Alright, welcome back y'all. We're here with another roulette video. I got a request to do an intro video kind of explaining a little bit about roulette, some of what the bets are, some of the terms, things like that. So this isn't going to be a long video, maybe 10-15 minutes. So the basics of roulette. The biggest thing is you see there's 36 numbers. That's every roulette wheel. Okay, so those are called straight up, right? So if you put a chip on a single number, that's called a straight up. Now, you see that the wheel that we're on now is called VIP European Roulette, okay? So at the top left here, there are some pay tables. So you can see a straight up number, which is any of the numbers that are on the board, 0 through 36, pays out 35 to 1. Okay, what makes this European roulette is that there is only one zero on the board. If you see what's called American roulette, that means there are two zeros on the board. There is also tables that have three zeros called triple zero roulette. I have played on them one time. I did well. However, they have the worst odds for roulette wheels because the zeros are the house edge, right? Because you see the straight up bets are 35 to 1. So if your chip, let's say your chip's on 36, you're going to get, for your 36 hits, that 36, whatever your bet is going to stay there, and you're going to get 35 times your bet added to that. So you're getting a total of 36 chips back into your rack. You can see that those zeros aren't counted in there, right? Because there's a total of 37 numbers on the board. If you hit your number, you're only going to get 36 chips out of that. So those zeros is where the house edge comes in. So the more zeros there are, the more house edge there is, and it's harder for the player to win. Whenever I play online, I play VIP European Roulette because it is less house edge. Alright, so the next thing on here is called the splits. So what a split is any two numbers, right? My favorite split is the 17 and 20. So basically to bet that, you would put a single chip right there in between 17 and the 20. It'd be right here in between. You see how both of them are highlighted? You put a chip there, and that is a split. A street would be just a single three numbers in a row. They go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Those are called streets. Now whenever there are two streets beside each other and you want to bet a block of 6, that's called a double street. Okay, so it's two streets together. So a lot of times I might play 5 double streets because the payout's 5 to 1. See, I should have played the double street right there. I should have played the street right there. I almost did it. So if you play, so here's the streets, here's the double streets. Okay, so you'll see those as well. You have what's called the corners, the corner bets, which is a block of 4. Right, you put, and we'll put $1 right there on the corner. Okay, so corner is a block of 4. If we go up here and look, the straight up pays 35 to 1. A split, which is two numbers, pays 17 to 1. A street pays 11 to 1. A corner pays 8 to 1. A column. Alright, so your columns and dozens are both 2 to 1 bets. So obviously your dozens are the first dozen, the second dozen, and the third dozen. Your columns are the first column, the second column, and the third column. So by utilizing those and understanding what you kind of want to bet on and understanding some of the lingo can set you up with different strategies, right? Strategy that I play a lot is playing the double streets because if you look at the payouts, the double streets pay out 5 to 1. That's what they're calling a line. So two streets beside each other pays out 5 to 1. Okay. So you have your columns, your dozens, and then you have the outside bets, which are 1 to 1 bets, right? So this pays straight up. If it hits, it pays whatever you bet on it. So if I bet $1, I'll bet on black. If you hit one of these outside, it pays 1 to 1. So it's the first 18, it's even, red, black, odd, and the 19 through 36. Those are all 1-to-1 bets. All right, so I just went over what the bets are. So now I'm gonna do a couple just basic strategies for new players to play if you just want to go to a casino and play. Now you do have to remember that the bet amounts at a real casino compared to an online casino are completely different, right? So you can see here at the top of the screen, you can bet as little as $1 up to 10,000. At a real casino roulette table, your minimum bet is probably going to be $10. So knowing how to use that information on how to prepare yourself when you go to the casino. Playing online is completely different. I can sit here at this table and put $1 out until it hits, and don't have to worry about a minimum. The reason the casinos do that is because they want to have people to make money, right? So if you're betting $1 and winning $1 back and forth the whole time, that casino's not going to win any money. So I'm going to do a little simple strategy that I learned whenever I first started playing. So we remember that the dozens pays 2-to-1, right? And we also remember that the outside bets pay 1-to-1. Okay, so this strategy, you basically put $2 on one of the dozens. It's either going to be the first dozen or the third dozen. And the opposite side of the board, you're going to play the either 1-to-18 or 19 through 36. What this does is it counters each other, right? All right, so 20 hit. So you can see I lost my dozen over here, but I won the 19 through 36. I actually made $1 off of this bet because the 3 pays 6, the 2 pays 6, right? So well, it pays 4 plus the 2, that's 6, and then the 3 plus the 3 is 6 here. And we only have a total of $5 bet. So every spin that we go, as long as it doesn't hit our bad numbers, which is, for this strategy is 0, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We have 7 bad numbers on this board. Okay, let's see what it hits here. All right, 14, that's a good one for us. Oh no, it's a bad one for us. Okay, so this is a good opportunity. So what that means is we lost. In this strategy, we do what's called a martingale. A martingale is basically like you're doubling your bet for a set amount of spins. Okay, so on this one, we martingale for a 4x. Okay, so now our $5 bet turned into a $20 bet. So if we hit here, you can see our $12 is going to pay us $12, and that counteracts the $8 that we would lose over here, so we profit $4. So to reset back to our goal, we would have to hit this 2 times. Okay, so there's the first one that won us $24. So we hit on our $8 here. So 8 times 2, 16. That 16 minus our $12 bet over here is $4. So we got $4 back from what we lost on the previous spin. So we have to hit here to gain that back, and then we would what's called reset, which is go back to our very beginning stages of where we were betting. So let's see what happens here. I don't have enough money to 4x Martingale after this, but we're going to see how it goes. 18, that's bad. So we lost right there. But it is what it is. It's just here we would 4x Martingale again and go an $80 bet. I don't have the funds to do it. I'll do it. I'll double it, and we'll go from there. So we got 1, 2, 3. There, we'll do a little bit. That's a little degen. So that's the whole goal, is to up it to get back to where you started at. For this strategy, it is just a simple 2-to-3 ratio. So you put 2 chips here, 3 chips here. Okay, and then whatever it comes, get away from the 0. 21, that's a good one. Woo! All right, where are we at? $90. Shit. All right, let's do it. Let's go for it. I'm doing it. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, this started out for a beginner's video, but we're getting a little deep. So this kind of helps you understanding what strategies are, right? So a lot of times if you're going into a casino and you have a strategy, stick with the strategy. If you set a limit for yourself as like, hey, I'm going to go in and if I lose this $100, I'm going to lose it. That's completely fine. Remember that they have table minimums, 28. That's good for us. Okay. So look, we're actually up $8 total. So that's a win. All right. So now what would be called a reset, right? So you go back to, oh, nope. You would go back to $2 there and $3 here and just let it go. Okay. And the whole goal of this is just to keep hitting your numbers over and over and over again so that you're banking $1 at a time. This is a simple strategy just to play them. All right, that is it for a basic strategy utilizing a martingale. So a martingale was a good term that we didn't actually bring up in the tutorial, kind of showing the bets. There's another one called Fibonacci, and then there's also one called D'Alembert. Fibonacci is a Fibonacci sequence that mathematicians use a lot and you see throughout the universe. That is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. Basically, that is a sequence. You add the two numbers before to get the next number. Okay, I really like that sequence if you're playing like the 2 to 1 bets, which are either the dozens or the columns. 19, that's good. Oh, I didn't even bet. So utilizing different formulas to calculate what your profit would be. All right, we'll do a little Fibonacci here to see how that goes. So remember, like I said, Fibonacci is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 15, 21. So if it doesn't hit and we're betting $21 here, it is what it is. But Fibonacci gives you the best return for those and it helps you get back all of your losses. So we'll try that for a couple of them. 26. All right, so we lost there. So that was our first one. So our next one in the sequence is 1 again. And the reason that you want to do this on the dozens is because it pays 2 to 1. So my $1 here will pay me $2. Guess what? That pays for the $1 that I lost on the last round, and I still profit $1 here. Okay. Best time to hit is whenever you get around 5 or 8, because you get a little bit more profit in it, but I don't even want to get to that point most of the time. I just want to keep hitting my $2 at the very beginning. So I'm just banking more money. All right, so this is our second one here, 0. So we lost that one. 0 is my worst number when I make videos because it seems to hit every video that I do. All right, so the next one is 2 in the sequence. And if this one loses, we go to 3. Remember, just add the two numbers that are previous. So the previous two numbers were 1 and 1. So our bet here is 2. Now, I'm not going to play D'Alembert. What D'Alembert is you're basically moving up 1 unit. A unit is whatever you bet at the very beginning, right? So if I put $5 on the dozen to start with, I'm going to move up 1 unit. See, right there. So we were down $2 in our bullets, and we just won 6. So that paid us $2 in profit there. Okay, so now we're at 111. So now you would reset back to $1. D'Alembert is you're moving up 1 unit. So I would go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And then if I lose. Now if I win, it works the exact same. I would go from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 until you got your profit out and you knew what your profit goals were. So I don't like D'Alembert because I feel like I get really unlucky. I would rather just hit 1 time and completely come all the way back. Yes, if you do the martingale to a certain point, you can get out in 1 hit. That's a little too risky for me because you saw our $5 bet there. If let's say instead of 4x martingale, we 8x martingale that, we would have been up to $40 in 1 spin. If we'd have lost that one, we'd have been out. Like there's no coming back from that. So being able to have allow for multiple losses in your strategy helps. So like this one, we can lose like 8 times and still come back with 1 hit. But your bets have to start lower. Okay, let's see. 1, there we go. So we got our $1 there in profit. So $1 paid $2. $1 goes to what we had before, and then we profit $1. Okay. I think that's a good point to kind of stop. You kind of understand how those sequences work. That is pretty good amount of the terms. Another term that I don't think I picked up on is inside. Inside is inside of the border here with all the checkered patterns. Okay. The outside is the dozens, the one-to-one bets out here, and the columns. Those are called the outside. So you have the inside, which is all the numbers, and you have the outside, which is all the non-numbers on the out here. Okay. So, all right, I think that finishes it for this video. I did this in 2 videos, and I'm probably just gonna stitch them together. But that really kind of helps. If you have any questions about this, leave a comment on here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm hoping to get this kind of going and getting more videos like this out for people to understand. I made $12 on this video, so it was worth me doing. So, all right, thank you all.